Hey patrons! The video we're looking at today is from a viewer of Donnie Daytona's called Annette the Crow, who left some especially stupid comments in one of my Donnie videos. Turns out her content is somehow even worse than his ever was. So here's a recent one called Not Our Moon.
This is some moon footage of John's.
I think John must be her husband or boyfriend or something like that, I don't know. She also says in some other video that she has a daughter, poor kid. Anyway.
Going over it, I do not believe this is the moon. This seems to have rings.
If so, I'm not quite seeing them. Maybe they'll become more clear as we go on.
I have no clue what this is.
Really? I thought it was pretty obvious, but no problem, I'll help. That's the moon, with a shitty sepia filter on it for some reason.
This is his footage, 5 a.m.
Alright, let's watch this footage that shows the moon isn't the moon. Alright, so first thing I notice is it's not really in focus. I think you should teach John how to use the camera properly, assuming you actually know how, which I know is assuming a lot from your crowd. The next thing I notice is he seems to be filming through a telescope, that's why you're seeing that circle around it. And if you're anything like Donnie Daytona, that's gonna cause some problems. The moon seems to be at about half, slightly on the gibbous side. Odd then that your description says John took this video of the last full moon. He clearly did not. If you think that's a full moon, you're even more inept than I expected. And finally, I noticed some very out of focus branches and probably yellowish flowers or maybe even leaves on the branches. They might be less yellow than they look, it depends on your color settings. It's possible they're from this tree that I've seen in a couple of your other videos, although I can't say for sure. You haven't exactly given me much to work with. Doesn't really matter though, branches with attachments, that's all we have to know.
I flipped the photo so you guys could get a better look at whatever this is at the top.
Does that mean whatever's at the top now, or whatever was at the top before you flipped the frame? Well, at the top of the flipped image are the flowers or leaves. To me, they look a hell of a lot more like flowers than leaves, but they're so out of focus I don't really want to declare that for certain. And what was at the top before you flipped it would have been the bare branch crossing the... Wait a second. Oh my god. That's what you thought was rings, isn't it? You thought the branches in the shot were rings on the moon. Oh no. I can't even... I think I'm gonna throw up.
This reminded me of Planet X with the comet-like wings. What do you think?
I think comets don't have wings. I think the comet-like wings are branches, and I don't think they look comet-like at all. Tell you what, tell John to take a few steps to the left next time, and that should clear this problem right up. Although then you'll probably just do a Donnie and claim that means the sun is like 50 miles away or something. Not sure if that's an improvement or not.
The old sun even was higher. Like our real sun is even higher. This is much lower. Because if you can move a few steps to the right and have it move with you, that means it's much closer to the Earth. If it was further away, you could move and it would still stay in the same position, not move much according to your perspective. But I'm just moving a couple feet to the left, and I can put it behind the trees. I can move a couple feet to the right and put it to the right of the trees. You see what I'm saying? Like it just proves that it's much closer.
That's called line of sight and perspective.
By the way, when did you people start thinking Planet X has comet-like wings? How does anyone even keep up with the bullshit you guys come up with, seriously? But then again, I am kind of new to this kind of conspiracy theory. I'm sure I've only scratched the surface of what you guys believe.
Question mark?
With arrows pointing at the leaves or flowers or whatever. Seriously, you can't figure it out by yourself what those are? I'm gonna guess John filmed this in your yard, right? So walk outside, get him to point you in the general direction the moon was in, and look at the plants that are over that way. If you want to get the exact shot, just break out the scope. Don't just slap a question mark on it, you lazy ass. Here you show a frame from the video, and then slap some sort of desaturating uglify filter on it for reasons I'm sure not gonna try and figure out. And that sits on the screen for a good 15 seconds. Why? Beats me.
Edited a lil to see if I can see craters I know. Nope, don't remember any of these.
What, do you have the craters memorized? But you're not seeing any craters here. Your camera was out of focus. Fix that first and you might actually see some craters in the clean footage. And after that you can worry about whether they still show up under a sludgy filter.
This is a photo of a half-round object from sunrise yesterday. Almost looks broken.
I have no clue what that sentence is supposed to mean in the context of this image. Looks like some clouds, with yet again some nasty software filter obscuring all the detail. How that relates to the phrase half-round object or broken will remain a mystery forever, I guess.
I don't trust what I sleep under anymore.
The ceiling?
This goes over every single day now.
What does? Clouds? Okay, well first off, I don't believe you, and second off, if clouds bother you, just move somewhere less cloudy. This might not have been worth my time, eh? Oh well, I'm having fun, fuck you.
Where are these shadows coming from, and why are we being lied to?
Shadows. What do you mean? The black things in the sky? Those are No. I'm not saying the C word. I point out a lot of obvious stuff, even though I know my viewers know better, but that's just too much for me. I would be insulting everyone watching this if I said those are clouds. I mean C words. Fuck!
I've seen so many objects by the sun, so I took it upon myself to edited one of NASA on photos of the 2 days ago.
Okay.
Just as I thought, not a real sun photo, lol.
Why do you think your butchering of this image implies the photo is fake? I have no idea. So I'm just going to talk about the photo instead to at least make this kind of interesting. This is a photo from the Atmospheric Imaging Assembly Telescope Array on the Solar Dynamics Observatory spacecraft. The specific image is from the 211 angstrom wavelength, which shows the active regions of the corona, or outer atmosphere, of the sun. The corona is wider at the equator than at the poles, so the top and bottom don't show much of it. The inside of the circle, for lack of a better word, looks less purple than the fringes toward the edges because we see the corona more easily looking at its side-on than head-on. For the same reason we see the atmosphere of the Earth more easily around the edges than on the part we're looking directly down at. Hey, I didn't say it'd be mind-blowingly interesting, but it is more interesting than whatever this fucking argument was supposed to be.
Can you see the craft in this cloud?
No, I'm way past the age of looking for bunnies and shit in clouds.
I don't believe any cloud isn't without something man-made anymore. Hell, I don't believe any cloud isn't man-made now.
So what you're saying is the world would be completely cloudless unless we did something to fix it. Well, good for us then. Evaporation would still be a thing in a world with no clouds, so basically we'd be living in a Mad Max-style apocalyptic drought if the evil NASA lizard people hadn't stepped in to rescue us. Thanks guys, good job saving everyone's lives.
I believe NASA trains in water for a reason.
They do, they wouldn't do it if they had no reason.
Doesn't this look like a submarine?
No, it looks like a cloud.
Is this why some UFOs are addressed as ships?
No, it's why some clouds are addressed as UFOs.
Did NASA find a way to get through the firmament?
No. No, they did not. I feel no need to clarify that.
The rocket that went up October 2018, did that open a portal?
No. I'm pretty sure that's the SAOCOM 1A launch. Here's the exact image you're looking at. It's a long exposure shot, so light from the whole flight is going to show up in a single frame, very unlike in real life. I'm not sure which part of this you're scared might be a portal, but I suppose the big blue part, maybe? Which really is just gases illuminated in the sunlight high up in the atmosphere, where because the Earth is a sphere, the sun is still unobscured by the Earth. Here are some other angles of the same flight. It's not scary, it's cool, and it's not a fucking portal, as the other angles, especially the actual videos, should make pretty clear to you. Watch enough launches, you'll get used to it.
And now they cloak themselves in the waters above, and the cloudmakers fill our skies with cartoon characters. Lions, tigers, and bears. Don't forget the snakes and dragons too, oh my!
None of which are present in your image. And if you're seeing them in the clouds, look again and notice how despite your brain apparently really wanting to find images, they're still just clouds. I used to see shapes in the clouds as a kid, very easily. As I've gotten older, I find I don't see them at all anymore. Haven't seen them in years. Seems like the way I interpret things has changed a lot as I've aged. Kind of an interesting psychological thing, at least to me.
Just food for thought. We are all looking for answers.
Yeah, but you're so desperate to find answers in places where there are none that you'll just make up any old answer you like based on random bullshit. Maybe that makes you feel good for some reason, but it's not going to get you real answers.
I'm sure when it's all over, we will realize the answers have been inside all along, because no teacher can teach you anything new.
They could teach you how to focus a camera, or teach John how to at least. That could be useful.
They may only remind you of things you already knew.
No, I don't think John ever knew how to focus a camera.
God bless you all. Whatever happens, I am thankful God blessed me with all of you. This would be much harder to fact without you all.
I think facting is very hard for you regardless. Well, hopefully that was worth a few minutes of your time, patrons. I have a never-ending supply of these people who are scared of the sky because they don't know how cameras work. For some reason, it's a pretty big YouTube genre these days, so you can probably expect some more of them. I have no idea why I bother, but I do it anyway. Regardless, though, thanks a lot for your support. I really appreciate it. So, okay, bye.